What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? Oh, it's right here in front of my face. We are back again for another episode review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 2, Sisters Before Misters. So it literally picked up right where it left off. Let me tell you something. From what we remember, Candy was about to headbutt this bitch, okay? Which is understandable because I will say this. Now, one person that I watched the reviews for this show and that opening episode, did they say that they was on Courtney's side, okay? Mind you, a lot of the people that I watch the reviews for on most of these shows, we have various opinions, okay? Sometimes we agree and sometimes we disagree. But everybody agreed on this part. Courtney, you was thirsty as hell, all right? And this whole clout chasing thing, baby, you clout chasing like a mug. You giving us Capricorns bad names, and I'm just not here for it, okay? You're annoying as hell. Your voice is irritating, and you're just doing too much trying to make yourself known, okay? Baby, they was like, who she bucking at? Who she bucking at? Who she bouncing at? Don said that's Sheree friend, so of course that's where we get that from. I said, yeah, and I'm just sitting here like, damn, Courtney, did you not see the last season when Fatum was on here and how she fucked it up for herself and the reason why she not back and the reason why some people liked her at first but then turned on her because she's doing too much? Baby, you came out the goddamn gate and you was doing too much right away. Talking about some you not clout chasing, but yet you're the one bringing up Candy's name and trying to make it seem like Candy is asking about you. Baby girl, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? You may be in a social circle, but baby, we don't know who you are. And I'm pretty sure Candy don't know who you are enough to be asking questions all of, she this and she that. Baby, if somebody said they was my friend, I would have been like, who is she? That's probably all that was happening. Y'all notice the way that Ty was just standing there the whole time just looking, and as I tweeted, I imagine that's how Ty was doing that little altercation, so-called verbal situation that, Candy and that other lady had when that other lady lied and said that, Ty was trying to attack her and all that stuff, and her contestant had to come up there and say some stuff. Was that a little bit of shade? It was. It was a whole tree, bitch. Anyway, moving on from that. Oh my God, it's so goddamn funny. But no, moving on from that, you get this whole situation with Kenya and Sheree and Manetta, and Martel. Martel come over there like, the only time I've been coming out here in Atlanta and I go see somebody, I'm seeing Sheree. That's it. I'm like, girl, at this point, if you are, okay, for the ones who have not watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, where Martel has come from, on that show, he has a pattern, even till this day in this current season of season 6 that is currently on now. He has a pattern of being controlling, manipulative, and very egotistical. You know what I'm saying? He's a narcissist at his finest. And when people you see in the comments or you see on social media, whatever, saying that we feel like this relationship or whatever this situationship is with Sheree is a farce and it's like a PR stunt or something like that, it very much is. Because you come on this show, you act like you're with her, you barely claim her on your show, because on your show, you're still trying to get your wife back, your ex-wife back, that you cheated on multiple times and then had a baby on. And come to find out, you had multiple kids on, but made the girl get an abortion, get abortions and stuff like that. So there's that. So when Kenya threw out that shit about once a cheater, always a cheater, yeah, Martel, you were fucking lying and nobody believes you. Because, of course, Sheree is not going to believe the girls because, like Kenya said, or one of them said, this is the same thing that Bob be doing. Bob did that. I said, now, why did they have to play that clip when Bob said, did I ever choke you? You still breathing? I ain't choke you hard enough. I said, now, hold on, it caught me so off guard because I remember when that happened And I was so taken aback how easily he said that on camera. Like, you literally admitting that you in a domestic violence type of situation, and that's your MO. And so I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I said, oh my God, I forgot that he said this. God damn, Sheree, you really don't have good taste in men. Like, oh my goodness. And your girls is trying to tell you, but at the same time, I kind of felt a little bit where Sheree was coming from when she said all this ain't no, somebody said it's not a big deal, right? And she was like, exactly, it's not a big deal. And then y'all going over this for something that happened 2 years ago. Now see, when they talk about the 2 years ago situation, when Kenya told her about the text message, showed her the text message, and then Martel up there, I ain't text her. She said, wait a minute, what did you say as you addressed this queen? Okay, I said, Martel, stop lying. Girl, he pulled out his phone, and he was like, oh yeah, I did DM her, like 2 years ago. And the DM do show 2020, right? But on Kenya's side, as she said, and as we already know, if you don't accept a DM, meaning that you're not following them, and 9 out of 10, when your DMs go into the accepted, you have to go to accept or delete. That means, I'm going to show y'all, for some of y'all that ain't DM savvy. Now, you see I got my DM right here. That's general. When you go over here to request, that's where I'll see I got stuff right here. You do this, and then you gotta request or answer, delete, all that stuff. Now, she had that up, but it wasn't no message in there from Martel, which meant that he deleted his message, and before she decided to either delete or accept the message that he sent. So therefore, once she accepts, he can go ahead and send her messages, and it'll go to the regular inbox, right? So she didn't accept it because she didn't, it is what it is. And she said it was 6 months ago. He talking about, it was this DM, thank you for the kind words or whatever from 2020. And no, it wasn't. It wasn't. You deleted the other DM because it was incriminating. I'm pretty sure that he did that. And at this point, I don't feel like Kenya had anything to lie about because it's fucking Martel. She got a nigga. Well, she got a man. I ain't gonna say a nigga because he ain't. She got a man. So, or she playing around with somebody. So no. But at the same time, for him to lie like that, Sheree, that should show you. Okay, and then you taking up for him talking about something, all this over something that's 2 years ago. Well, y'all trying to make a big deal about something from 2 years ago. I said, girl, you can't see what's going on. Go back and look at Love and Marriage Huntsville, mama. Okay, you need to look at all the seasons so you can get the role of how he doing you. Okay, he's about to play you to the ground. All right, ma'am. And then Kenya and him get into it. He was like, you probably accepted everything that come into your DMs. I said, excuse the fuck out of me. No, you didn't call her that. In my ears, you called her a hoe. Meanwhile, you the whore. You're the whore. You're the man whore. And why I seen in somebody's video, Tammy Talk said, she was looking at Bondi, because I haven't even looked at Bondi Blue's video for Love and Marriage Huntsville or whatever. The people were saying that when he was supposed to be taking his kids to their little after the birthday party in the last episode of Real Love and Marriage Huntsville, the reason why he said no and he'd get them on Monday was because he was out there at this birthday party with Sheree. I said, now, if that's the truth, nigga, you fucked up, okay? You real dead ass fucked up for that. You came down there acting a fool to get them kids and to be at their party only to leave and go to this other person's party that you don't know? Oh, all right. You putting pussy over your kids. That is crazy. That's why Kenya said, once a cheater, always a cheater. And at the same time, it's like, when Sheree said I think it was Candy or somebody, Candy said it wasn't that deep. But at the same time, Sheree said, yeah. And I'm like, well, why y'all getting so mad over this? And if it ain't that deep, why are we bringing this up? Because we need some drama. We need some drama. Sonya had went and she said, bitch, let me go get changed, okay? They was like, where you going? She was like, it's my man's birthday. Did y'all see how Ralph was over there just kicking it with, all up in Ross' face? I said, bitch, you don't give a fuck about Drew. I said, take your ass home and go check on your wife in the family crisis that she having. Or was she sick? Which one was it? Because you said all three of them. You said it was a family crisis. You said she was sick. And you said it's a family emergency. Baby, any, meeny, miny, mo would take your ass back home and be with that for. Girl, I said y'all are doing something the most. Courtney, Courtney, you gonna get your ass popped. Okay? I'm about to headbutt this bitch. Girl, I was just really like, y'all cut it up. Cut it up. I said, now Martel, go home to your kids, bitch, and stop playing around with Sheree. So it's the next day, maybe, or whatever. I don't know. I just know it's daytime, and all of a sudden we get a scene with Ralph and the little girl. I said, oh, so you at home being Mr. Mom. What's going on? Where Drew at? Drew was over there in Chicago with her daddy because her daddy is sick. Her daddy actually has Alzheimer's. He's in a nursing home. And, you know, she was feeling some type of way, being the fact that he went in there, he was able to walk. And by the time she came back down there to talk to him and to see and check on him, his health has declined. He can't even walk anymore. She was like, nobody's talking to him. Nobody's doing this. Girl, my mama gonna tell me once if we decide to put her in a nursing home, just make sure it don't stink. Now listen, ma'am, my whole thing is this. We not thinking about that at this moment, so please stop doing that, you know. I don't know. Would I put my mama in a nursing home? I wouldn't want to. And the way that my mind is set up and the way that I already feel now that I'm not as close as I want to be, hell no. At this point, I won't. Girl, we'll get a house together. We'll just get a big ass house and throw your ass up in there and we can check on you like we've been doing. That's just it, you know. But I felt for Drew, you know what I'm saying? Being down in Atlanta where your business is, you know, you got your business and you got your life and everything, and you over there, and your family is in Chicago, and your mom is worried and she can't take care of everything, and your father is in a nursing home and all of that. It's a strain. And truth be told, Ralph should have been down there with her. I don't give a damn what was said, how it was. Take the kids and at least be there with her, in a sense that once she come back from the nursing home or come back from visiting the family, she can go to the house or she can go to the hotel, wherever she was staying at, and she can use you as comfort. You know what I'm saying? And be that shoulder to cry on when she need that. Be that shoulder to lift her up. That's why I say he don't give a damn. Because, child, after everything that we already heard, I'm just looking at a lot of stuff sideways now. Some people could be like, well, maybe she didn't want. I don't care. I would insist, baby, you going through so much, and I want to be there to help alleviate as much pain and as much stress off you. Girl, please. Ralph more concerned about the fact that he done found out that Courtney annoying ass is his cousin. Oh my God. Like, my aunt is Ralph's great grand aunt, and his mind is, I said, girl, don't nobody give a fuck about the family tree. You are attaching yourself to somebody that is public enemy number 2. Okay, we don't care about him on this show at this moment either, because we only watching trying to see exactly what the hell he did for them to get a divorce. All right, so I mean, okay, you know. And she was talking about her music career and everything. This is why I would never go into business with a spouse. I would never go into business with a spouse and have their name on stuff, or, you know, because I did like the fact that she played the song that she has and her father recognized it, because she was like, sometimes he don't recognize her, but he recognized her voice, and, you know, he was very much here for it. And I was like, oh, but she was talking about her little music career. Now, she go down through the histories, and Drew can sing. We gonna give her that. Drew can sing, but I just didn't know that she was in, you know, she was signed to Slip and Slide Records. She was in a girl group at one point. You know, she said she was the Beyonce of the group. I mean, maybe I can't take that from you because I don't know how the other girls sound. But that single that they put out, and Ralph is on the cover and everything, and then she talked about something, he co-written it and all this stuff, and woo woo, baby, snatch that shit back, okay? Y'all stop doing that with y'all husbands and stuff and y'all spouses, because when y'all break up, and I hate to say it like that, but this is reality TV, and y'all know 9 and 10s for some of these couples, it comes. When y'all break up, you gonna have to look back at that shit and be like, damn, I really felt this shit for this motherfucker, and look how this played out. You know, I'd be so goddamn mad. And she up in the confessional like this. We're so happy. I love my husband. We're doing good. I'm sitting here like, now Drew, in the matter of a couple of months, all of that shit changed, and it came out in the news that y'all was getting divorced. So all of, are we acting? You are actress. You are actress, okay? I said, y'all are lying y'all ass off this whole episode. Everybody is. Meanwhile, we get over there with what's her name, Sonya and Candy, right? So they having a little discussion, they eating and everything, and they chopping it up. You know, they talk about the whole situation that happened. Come to find out, you know, Candy and Sonya got a little bit closer. You know, the family's doing vacation to Disneyland and everything. She said, listen, I invited everybody. She put it out in a group text, you know, y'all want to come to Disneyland or whatever. And Sonya was the only one that actually responded. So her family and her family went down there. I said, that was cute. That was cute or whatever. That's a little bonding situation. And you know, so they talking about what's been going on. Candy dealing with a lot of work and stuff, and you know, it's tax seasons, and you know, BravoCon coming up and everything. Everybody's supposed to be coming, including Todd and the husbands and all that stuff. Sonya talking about her home. You know, Ross want the motherfuckers out. He's ready to have a house to himself, okay? Not having to wake up and walk out the room and run into a child that's not his, okay? Run into a pair of titties that's not his wife's, you know, not that. And then she said, you know, her mama, and then went down there to Florida. And she said, girl, she want to leave. She want to go back to Florida. I said, you still want to go to Florida now with the Santos and everything that he doing? Girl, all right, all right. But at the end of the day, the motherfuckers got to get out. And then Sonya talking about some, I mean, we gave him like a 1 to 2 year deadline, and we're coming up on the 1 year mark, but we still got like another year. I don't understand why people want to get out. Girl. Respect your man and get them people out. Get them grown people out, okay? You try to give them opportunity after opportunity, and what it sounds like is you that's trying to keep them there, and everybody else want to go, okay? But then we get off of that, and then we get to the party. We get to this whole Courtney situation, her doing the absolute most, and when they was at the party, Candy said that she was kind of pissed off at Sonya a little bit because Sonya knew that this girl was probably going to come over there and talk to her about the stuff and didn't warn her anything. But, you know, she feels some type of way because another conversation came up about, you know, them supposed to be going to a certain type of restaurant that I guess is a certain type of environment. I guess you kind of say, or according to Courtney, trying to say like it's a little upscale or whatever, you know. And then Candy had took it and blasted on her Instagram. I said, oh, so you following Candy? Why are you following Candy? You don't know, but girl, what's the deal? What's the deal? Because you know a lot about what Candy doing, Miss Courtney, you know. And so at this point, she was like, the next time we get down there, girl, it's a whole bunch of people, the ghetto. She was just like, ghetto. And Candy, I don't know if Candy misunderstood and thought that the girl called her ghetto. I don't feel like Courtney called her ghetto. Courtney called the people that was there ghetto. So I was with Sonya on there because that's how I thought about it. That's how I interpreted in my ears. Like, you know, the next time we go there, it's a whole bunch of ghetto ass people. Like, it just looked like hood ass motherfuckers that was there. That's what it was sounding like, and I feel like that's where it was going. She wasn't necessarily calling Candy that, but probably calling her followers and her subscribers and all of that shit there, her fans. So, which kind of entails, you know, you kind of talking about her too, because if you feel like her fans and the people that showed up is ghetto because of what she posted, then in a sense, you kind of implying a little bit that Candy ghetto. You know, she a little is, but you know, like, come on now, was that needed? Was that needed, ma'am? You, like she said, these fake classy bitches, okay? Like, I don't get it. The girls come on and they just can't get along for shit. And she was like, well, Sonya, what you say? You ain't say nothing about it? I mean, I told her y'all need to have a conversation or whatever. And Candy was up in that confessional. She's a lie. I mean, she already kicking it over there with Marlo and Sheree. So I'm pretty sure she just sat back and was like, and sure enough, that's exactly what Sonya did from what we saw. Baby, it is what it is, all right? A mess. A hot ass mess for no reason. Everybody's ghetto. So we get Sonya on the phone with Ross, and he's down in Texas because he has Ross Elite. Remember when he first came on here, they was talking about the fact that they have a chauffeur business down there in Texas, okay? and he was basically doing some of the driving because they had to let go of some people, whatever, during the pandemic. So there's that, and that's his company. So he's trying to make sure everything's smoothly running. Of course, little Deuce don't like it when the mom and the dad is away. That he want both of them together. It's understandable. And she like, well, we doing all this traveling or whatever, and you not always here. How we supposed to make this baby? Okay, I'm sitting here like, damn, I forgot he did say he wanted to make a baby or whatever, because he wanted a little girl. And, Sonya finally agreed to do so. Meanwhile, we get over there to Candy and Todd. They over there at Blaze, okay? Now, let me tell you something, Todd. I'm going to need you to slow your roll, okay? You are sitting in a restaurant that you said is not really doing as well as it should be. And Candy explained why. Because, it was in a part of town, as she said, would be considered the urban town. You know what I'm saying? Urban part of town, where the niggas at. That's basically what I said. Where the niggas at, okay? And, it was a hot spot. Everybody was coming in at one point when the show, pre-pandemic. But then when the pandemic hit, it kind of slowed down. So they still trying to rebrand, rebuild, and bounce back from that. Which is not a negative, because a lot of businesses are in the process of doing the same thing. A lot of businesses got hit with stuff during the pandemic, and some even had to close, okay, and never reopen. So they fortunately was able to reopen, but it's not up to the speed as it was prior to the pandemic. Plus, things around that way has been getting a little rough. We've been seeing the news, being in the blogs, being on TV or wherever, just about everywhere. I'm just going to put this out there. Just about everywhere in the country, in major cities, it has been just a mess with the crime going up. And now, it's summertime finna come. So just be on game and be prepared to hear a lot of stuff going on in Chicago, because we don't fail in that department, which is sad, but hey, it is what it is. And her her cousin Melvin came in. Mr. Teddy Bear came in. I was like, that was the one that got hit, not him. Because I loved him. He was the cook, whatever, back on Candy in the game. I said, I nurse your wounds. I nurse your wounds. He came in with his arm in the sling, and they was like, the producer come over there talking about some. So, are we going to address the elephant in the room, Todd? Talking about it's a legal situation. They can't really speak on it, exactly what happened. But then Candy gave us the lowdown in the confessional. One thing I can say about Candy will put her business out there if need be, and don't tell them to edit nothing out. Because she said, listen, crime been up. Employee came in intoxicated, started some shit, and pop, shit happened. When Kenya said, we don't want anything to happen, or imagine that something that happened, at Candy and them restaurants or whatever. We want them to be safe. But then you get Sheree said, we don't know if we're going to Candy restaurants to get biscuits or bullets. I'm sorry, the shit was funny to me. It was sad. It was a reality, but the shit was funny to me, because when I first heard that in the preview, when they released the trailer for the season online, baby, I fell the fuck out, because I said, that's Sheree, bitch. I said, oh, y'all really not kicking it, huh? Biscuits or bullets. That was a good one. It's sad, but that was a good one, okay? I don't give a fuck. I laughed. It's sad. But see, I'm going to take that laugh back, because my nigga got shot. He got shot, and that shouldn't have happened. Dude should have shot himself if that's the case. Don't hurt him. Anyway, Todd, let me get back on you, because you starting to sound a little bit like Tim Norman. And for those that don't know who Tim Norman is, that nigga is in jail right about now. He set up his nephew to get killed for the insurance money that he did not get. So he in jail for life right now. And if you ever watch Welcome to Sweetie Pie's on TV, yeah, that's him. Sweetie Miss Robbie's son. Big hip baby making hips, Tim Norman. And y'all remember watching that show, how he was getting all them restaurants and then signing off on them in her name without her knowing? Oh yeah, he was doing a lot of fraudulent stuff. It was like a Sweetie Pie restaurant popping up everywhere, and she didn't give him permission. Ty, you sounding like that. Okay, you're trying to convince Candy, talking about something. I'm making my money through. The only reason why you're doing this for money. Now that I didn't hear something like that, I wouldn't want to go to the restaurant because I know that you're not doing it because you're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be honest because you looking at it as a money grab. You looking at it as a way to finance other situations that you need to get out there. You want to do this stuff with the the movies and stuff like that, and you want Candy to help and all this shit, but you want to open up restaurants because I make more money off of restaurants, not realizing that a lot of restaurants fail in their initial opening. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of them stay. Okay. Now that one last restaurant that you open up could just fail completely. Worry about Blaze and getting it back on track. Okay, we ain't got time to be opening up nothing else right about now. All right, get Old Lady Gang together, get Blaze together before we open up anything else, Mr. Todrick. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Cause baby, all right, all right. So we get Kenya meeting up with her friend Akila. She's a football wife, and she has a daughter. And we see that the daughters, Kenya's daughter, baby Brooklyn, and Akila's daughter, they're playing little tennis and stuff. And they say that they're best friends and all that. I think that's really cute when they link up the kids or whatever. So they get to talking, and Kenya's talking about the fact, girl. Kenya said, bump all of this. I'm finna get my rocks off because what that boy named Mark is still holding up this whole divorce. We have been going through this divorce with Kenya for the past, 2.5 years, baby. They've been going through this divorce probably longer than that. A while. Longer than they've actually been married. That's how long they've been going through this divorce. And you want to know who the problem is? It is Mark. I feel as though Mark is trying to take her house, okay? Mark is trying to get some stuff out of her that he did say when they was in a relationship and they caught it on film that he would never do, but he's going back on that. And he's just being a little bitch. And at this point in time, I don't even think he got a lawyer anymore, And I feel like that's some trifling ass shit, okay? That's some trifling mess what he is doing to that lady. Meanwhile, she up here getting digged down by Mr. CEO. That Manada, set her up with. That's fine. I don't care. Moving on from that, we get the whole situation with I'm about to say Tariq. That's the wrong show. That is the wrong show. I am so mad I could not get episode 10. Because I was literally about to watch Power Ghost episode 10. Because I'd already seen 9. Did the review on that. Y'all will get that on Friday. But I went back to go look for 10. And it's just not coming up the way that I want to. And I said, girl, I'm going to just wait. So don't say shit. Don't say shit. Okay? Okay. But they were sitting down there having a little discussion, Sheree and Sonya. We found out Sheree is a grandmama. I said, wow, Cairo ass out here fucking and out here making babies. At least he's taking responsibility. I said, damn, Cairo. Baby, I remember when we seen you and you probably was, 11, 13, 10, and now you out here with a goddamn baby. Oh, that's cute or whatever. Sheree is like, it's a totally different thing to be a grandmother. And I said, oh, I love the fact that she's embracing that. You know what I'm saying? She's a glam mom. Didn't Nene say the same thing? Okay. Y'all love to just be different. Y'all just can't be grandmamas. Fly ass grandmamas. That's just all it is. It is what it is. It's cute though. So they get into the whole situation that happened at the party. Sheree is in her feelings about the fact that, Kenya will bring this up and Kenya will come to her and trying to make it seem like this man is out here doing this stuff and, she was wrong, okay? He could have been wrong about some stuff, but the way that you're talking about it and bringing it up and you're trying to make this man seem aggressive and all this stuff, and that's not what we're going to do. That's the thing that she did to your husband too, huh? And I said, Kenya did say that Ross was aggressive, and I wasn't here for it because here goes Sonya. We need to stop labeling these black men like that, because that's literally what I said last season when she did that to Ross. But she did that to Ross unprovoked. Ross was not being aggressive at all. Ross was not showing, not Ralph, but Ross. Ross was not showing any type of inclinations or history or whatever that this is what he does or that he's out of line all the time, and he just talked negatively to women and all this stuff, and he's just so aggressive with them, all this. And I said, you cannot compare somebody who don't have a history, somebody who actually didn't really do anything, to somebody who actually has a history that is on film of him being aggressive. Case in point, not this week's episode, but last week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, when he was all up in Melody's mama's face. You stop the fuck back. You ain't even supposed to be here. That's aggressive. The stuff that been documented, what he's done and said to Mel, his ex-wife, that's aggressive. So yes, the man that you're with is aggressive. And King out there talking about some, it makes me feel some type of way. I'm more so mad at Sheree because Sheree, she didn't step in and say, don't talk to my girl like that or whatever, because we both got histories of, being with abusive people, and I have forgot again, Matt crazy ass. Ain't he in jail or something? Or did he go to jail? Like, I don't know what happened. As soon as looks could be deceiving, because we thought he was a good match, I guess, at one point for Kenya, and then once he got with Kenya, girl, child, he a light switch or something switched off up on him. He was busting her windows and everything. I said, wow, he is a lot. One day fighting down up at the radio station, him and Peter, it was a lot. And she was like, yeah, she just feels some type of way about that. I said, oh, okay, cool. So now y'all gonna have a little conversation? That's how that go? All right. So we get Ralph and Drew. I can't take any of their scenes serious, okay? Because we already know the outcome. They go to the studio, and apparently, like, one of their first dates or how they connected when they got together was over music or whatever. He was playing the piano, she was singing and all that stuff, and woo, woo, woo. They're on a song together. They're going to see a producer, and that's just it, okay? They got high aspirations for something that's never going to come to fruition between the both of them, okay? Maybe Drew by herself, but not with Ralph and Drew, okay? That is over and done with. Moving on from that, we get Sheree and the She by Sheree headquarters warehouse. Sheree said, I'ma fake it to the very goddamn end because, ma'am, I can give you all the props and all the hopes that I can that you will get this thing up off the ground. I cannot be as negative as everybody else, but at the same time, who the hell is buying that? Who was buying that back in the day? Okay, now you keep on talking about how, the website crashed and you felt some type of way about that. Shout out to Kim Pyer. They put his video up there. Shout out to Miss Lady who, her video was up there talking about the situation. I don't know who you are, but shout out to you. Get your shine. All right, but my whole thing is this. Quit lying to us. You up in that warehouse and you making it seem like you really give a damn. Oh my God, why is these looking like they're wrinkled or whatever? You could have sent these out like this. Don't make no sense. Baby, ain't nobody be seeing none of that She by Sheree shit. Okay? I have yet to see somebody posted with a She by Sheree hoodie on, okay? And if y'all have, please let me know. Please let me know, because I ain't seen nobody. I don't see nobody talking about it, and especially after that website crashed, and then the website finally came back, and you needed a password to get in there. Girl, ain't nobody been shunning on no goddamn She by Sheree. I want you to stop playing with yourself and stop playing with us, because we are not dumb, okay? Meanwhile, King come up in there. King come up in there telling her all about the fact, like, oh, I just got through doing this commercial for the DirecTV. I was up there with Leah and Kyle, somebody in Kyle, okay? That was like other girls from the Real Housewives franchise, okay? And I was like, all right, cool, And so Sheree said, so let's talk about what happened. With this whole situation with Martel. He was like, I feel like you would be cool with him. And at least I thought, he didn't come there with any ill intentions and things like that. And, he felt kind of ambushed. It was like an ambush. Y'all coming up there trying to say that he was DMing you and all this stuff. And she said, yeah, he DM'd me. I never accepted it because I watched his show and I saw exactly how he treated his ex-wife and how he was as a person in general. Well, I think you would like him. He's a Capricorn and all this stuff. I said, what? Martel Holt. He's 41 years old. What is his birthday? He is a Capricorn. Wow, his birthday is January 4th. His birthday is 3 days before mine. Wow. 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 What is it with the Capricorns? Girl, Tyrese then went off the wagon a little bit. He's coming a little bit back. I don't know if we're going to ever get him fully back to Tyrese. Now we got Martel Hope, who is a Capricorn, acting like this. And then we got Courtney on here acting like, what the fuck is going on? Damn, I'm gonna have to reevaluate myself. Y'all know I'm a Capricorn. Like, we don't do this. We don't do this. Y'all see me. Y'all see Rocks. We Capricorns, okay? Y'all see the Ghetto View, okay? Y'all see James Caldwell. We don't act like this shit. Like, what is going on? Like, we the ones that got sense up in this bitch. And I was very much here for Kenya saying, because Sheree keep on trying to take up for Martel. That ain't even your man. You just said that y'all dating or whatever. And she was like, he was just trying to get to know everybody. And, I believe that y'all will be friends. She said, I don't know him for him to be saying the stuff that he was saying to me. And I don't want to get to know him. I said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tell the truth, goddammit, Kenya. Okay? Because I'm here with you. So, all of this is over a DM. And now Kenya trying to say, I said the DM was at least 6 months or more. I'm sitting here like, girl, I don't give a fuck, okay? At the end of the day, Martel was out of line. And, Kenya could have been starting to start some stuff, okay? But Kenya did not come aggressive like. Kenya did not come like, I'm finna cuss this nigga out. He the one that threw shots at her by saying, oh yeah, a whole bunch of people probably, be up in your DMs that you accept. And then that's where the ball got rolling from. And what bothers me about this whole exchange that Kenya and Sheree was having is the fact that Kenya may use the wrong words because, I don't know how y'all feel about her saying what he does is abusive or whatever. It's manipulative. It's, it's what is it? It can be aggressive a little bit, but it definitely is manipulative. It's definitely on a narcissistic type of tip. It's definitely on an ego tip. He felt embarrassed that he was being called out on some stuff that 9/10 he did. And then, he always resort to getting loud with people or, attack mode. He does that. We seen that on the show, right? On his show. And so he did the exact same thing with Kenya to a certain degree, and Kenya barked back. And so Sheree's whole thing is, well, is it okay? You have to stop calling people aggressive, stop calling black men aggressive. But when she said that shit up in the confessional, said, is it because she don't have one? You know what? Sometimes I just be wanting to be like, fuck you, Sheree. But at the same time, the bitch be making me laugh. I said, girl, what? That was funny to me. I said, you know what? But at the same time, we have to be real. Kenya can be saying some words that's probably a little bit too extreme or a little bit too much. But at the same time, she's talking about the habits that we've all talked about, what we all seen about Martel. And it's like, Sheree, you are being willfully blind for whatever reason. Like Kenya said to her friend, she's probably digmatized. And that's just what it is. And if that's the case, that's the case, okay? Talking about some... Kenya said it's not right for a man to talk to a woman like that and get all aggressive and, all up in a woman's face. Well, is it okay for you to get up in his face? She said, to defend myself against him, yes. And I felt like that's what she was doing because that's what she was doing. Truth be told, they both was wrong to get heated at their party because it wasn't even about them. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even feel like that was the right time or place to bring that up. It wasn't the right time or place to bring that up. And if nothing really happened, and if this was all before Sheree, who cares? Who cares? Why are we talking about a text message or a DM that was before Sheree even came into the picture? So yeah, it just felt like people were trying to start some stuff. It was, I don't know if the producer said bring this up or whatever, but it just felt like we're trying to get some drama, and this is all for what? Over a fling that's not gonna last. They're not getting married. They're not moving in together. They're not moving to the same states or whatever. They're just fucking. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, "What I'm gonna have to do to get you to get over this?" I said, "What? Let it go." Like, if you fuck around with Martel and you don't care what he does and he make you happy at that moment, then do it. Who gives a fuck what Kenya gotta say? Okay, because you're gonna do that anyway. She even brought up the way Bob was talking to her. And again, Sheree don't care. So it's like, Kenya, mind your business, and Sheree, you do you. That's just what it is at this point, because that's what she gonna do anyway. Sheree, truthfully, you need to be focused on giving people back their money if you haven't, from the She by Sheree, because I know people ain't got that shit. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. So far, so good. I'll see y'all later. All right, enjoy. Have a beautiful first of the week, bitch. I hope y'all week starts off really, really great. Great. Now, me and my words together. That's what I want. I want y'all to have a beautiful week. I really do. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.